Welcome everybody to another Robcast, Prevenge of the Nerd podcast with your host, Rob Sacchetto. Hi, it's me. You might have already guessed, being having the background the way it looks right now, that I am going to do another movie review. And this time I'm going to do a singular movie. That movie is Tokyo Gore Police. Yes. This movie is, one of those crazy, it is one of those super over-the-top Japanese violence heavy type films. You know what? This review is going to be very one note, and I'm not going to lie to you because this film it's bad. It's horribly bad, and not just in the standard. It's Japanese, so the cultural differences are confusing, so I can't follow the plot. Plus, the dialogue doesn't match with what the people are actually probably saying or getting forth bad. Like, there's so many. I understand, like, there's a lot of films, like Japanese films or foreign films in general, that don't maybe translate well to English, so that they get lost, literally lost in translation. But that's not the worst thing a movie can do. This film, I'm sure there's a lot of that happening, but more so, it's just like nonsensical and horribly cheap. There are I guess the one redeeming factor in this movie. It is one of those films that, honest to God, it's one of those drinking game type of films, movies, flicks. It doesn't deserve, I don't even think it deserves the word movie or film. It definitely doesn't deserve the word film. It is a flick, in that you would flick it off the shelf if you saw it. I own it because it's just insane. It's one of those like gonzo type films. There's a guy, there's a head explosion like less than a minute into the movie, okay? There's so many things that happen nonsensically. Basically, the premise is a pretty girl police officer, the only pretty girl police officer, the only girl police officer in the city, I guess. Her dad gets killed. You know what? I'm spoiling the shit. I'm spoiling the shit out of this. You won't care, trust me. Her father gets killed. That is the head explosion at the beginning. Then she tries to find the killer. Basically, but what happens is there's these people called engineers who have a weird key tumor in them that allow them, upon being killed or maimed or whatever, to grow appendages that either are like, I could grow like a chainsaw out of my arm, or I could like grow guns or chains or whatever. So yeah, I think it only serves to amp up the gore, which I know it does, obviously. There's no surprises here. The only surprise you're going to get is the fact that there's like so much blood. There is a scene where a guy has his legs chopped off, travels on the spray pressure of blood coming out of his legs, flies through the air. That's how much blood is coming out of this guy. There is so much blood in this movie that it's almost like, oh well, we couldn't afford to get all the blood to be one type of blood, so we had to like outsource and get different types of blood for this thing. There is a part that is so horribly bad that there's a pile of dead bodies and body parts in the street that these guys are sorting through, which again is completely nonsensical. There's no reason for them to be doing this, and they're placing body parts here, there, whatever. And then this truck comes in and smashes through all the pile of body parts, and you see that it's just basically those training torsos and stuff. with nothing to make it look like an actual dead body, and there's like mannequin parts just like covered in blood. So, I mean, oh my God, like you wanna tell yourself you didn't just see that to try to suspend more disbelief, but it happened, man. It happened. It's it's fucking terrible. It's a terrible, terrible film. But again, like there's set pieces and parts that are so over the top and ridiculous that you can't help but laugh at it. And I'm a jaded film guy now. I've watched so many films in my life that I watch this and I'm like, okay, that was pretty fucking funny, because it's so over the top. Like there's a part where there's a woman bartender. This bartender takes a broken bottle, shoves it into someone's face, and then like pulls out a core sample of their fucking face, opens the cork, and pulls out the fucking face piece on the ground. It's like, what? Anyway, yeah, man, that happened in there. Okay, so anyway, don't try to make sense of this film. I would as far as the gore quotient goes, I don't know if any of y'all have seen Story of Ricky or Ricky O. It goes by a number of different names. It is a martial arts film that basically has this guy go into prison and try to break out, but save people. He's going in for revenge. Blah blah blah. Where would we be without revenge movies? Obviously, revenge is such a huge component, especially for Japanese cinema. Like in this case. But there's more gore in this than I've ever seen in any film of all time. Hence Tokyo Gore Police. So, guys, seek it out. Watch it just for the sheer absolute absurdity of this movie. There's actually some kind of cool parts. Clearly, like almost anything else, any other film that there is on Earth, like anything that you see, there's a way to make it cool. Like you can actually, distill parts of this film and actually make it a good movie, make it a cool movie. There's a part where there's a sort of like weird Sato-gimpish latex clad creature that is like, that doesn't have arms and legs, and walks around on like samurai blades, which is actually really cool until you see the CGI version of it. So, but there's really some really cool parts, and there's like this half woman alligator creature, which is another engineer, which is actually a very cool concept. They kind of do it, and they pull it off. It's kind of neat. So there are like glimmers of kind of neat things in this, but for the most part, it is a fucking horrible mess of a film. And I would not be surprised if your like TV, VCR, DVD player, whatever the fuck you watch it on, is actually soaked in blood after watching this thing. So again, Tokyo Gore Police. You know what? For sheer absolute absurdity and in being one of the worst films I've ever seen, I give it a 5. As I would compare it to any other fucking movie, film, cinema, I give it like a -5. It's horrible. It's the worst. But watch it for what it is, and you'll appreciate it. Do a drinking game where every time you see blood spatter, you take a drink. You guys will be, you guys will be dead. You guys will have died of alcohol poisoning by, like 15 minutes in. Okay, so there it is, Tokyo Gore Police. Watch it, don't watch it. It's up to y'all. I just gave you the rundown out of. If you haven't seen it, there it is. Okay, this has been Rob Sacchetto. On doing his Robcast, and this is Prevenge of the Nerd. Please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel and check out my Patreon page, which I'm going to leave the link to in the bottom in the description. I post new art on there every single day of my life. New stuff, lots of gore. If you like gore, Tokyo Gore Police, lots of gore on there too. Zombie artwork, everything I do, I post on there. Check it out. New stuff every single day. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you all again soon. I'm signing off for now. Another movie review coming up very soon, and a new comic rant segment coming up soon. Okay, talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.